Everyone ammo more. It did sales, and so I was thinking. So last time I was feeling a little bit of frustration. I was thinking, why? Usually that's indicative of something's gone wrong. Why am I feeling frustrated with dead sales? It was a lot of people's, game of the year last year. There's usually commonly a problem when you're feeling frustrated. So I was analyzing, why do I feel frustrated with dead cells? I liked the game when I played it last year. Why now when I'm coming back to it is more updated do I feel this sense of frustration? I think it's because the game's been expanded. Maybe a little too much, so it's still trying to... Ooh, the double notch bow is the first time having this. Just 2 arrows at once. I think it's the first time having this. Yeah, it's alright. But you can't sell that. So it still has this roguelike structure, but it's become really, really, really bloated. And it's also a very difficult game, which is fine. I mean, the difficulty is a good thing. It's a Souls-like in the combat. At least you can pitch it as such. So the difficulty is fine, but the main problem has been that... maybe I should have taken tactics there. That difficulty is fine, except when you keep going through these levels, these same levels over and over again, because the later levels get, of course, increasingly difficult. So the later levels being particularly hard to get through, and you get through them via... Oh, it's too far of a joke. You get through them via practice, of course, through practice. I don't think I've ever seen that challenge level. Speaking of having practice, I don't think I've ever seen that challenge portal before. So you get through them, per practice, but it takes a long time to get there, because I have to go all the way through these initial levels again every single time. I have to kill these same zombies slash archers slash shielder dudes every single time. Go through this whole level, killing these guys. If I find the exit early, I can go through. May I get a time door to help make up for the bonuses I miss? But I'm just going through the same, and then the next level, same thing, next level, same thing, next level, same thing. And I've mastered those levels already. I'm just trying to get to the harder areas I haven't gotten to yet, because I need to practice them. And then I get there, and then some nonsense happens, and I die, because of course that's the nature of the combat. It is very difficult. But then the punishment is I have to go all the way back, like an hour back in gameplay, go back through the levels again. The levels I've already been through, levels I'm already bored of. That's like the key part. Levels I'm already bored of to try to practice the interesting parts again. And I just don't have the patience for it. I don't want to come back and play through these levels I've seen 100 times just to hopefully see something cool. As long as it's... Wow. And then the ledge grabbing thing. That's has been like a habitual problem here, a chronic problem. But yeah, it just gets dull, and you get very little reward if you play well. So if I went through that entire level, I probably would have found another scroll naturally. My reward for doing that quickly is just some cells and a scroll, which I can get that from not the time door. Like I can get that just from clearing out the first floor. I can get extra souls. I can probably find at least one more power scroll. So whether I play well or poorly on the initial levels doesn't even affect my power for later levels. Like whether I play poorly and barely make it, or if I just ace it incredibly well, we're basically at the same, like I'm at the same power level I was. You get fully healed. Hey buddy, get all your health back, and then you just invest your cells, and the weapons, they stack linearly. You're not getting a bunch of passive combos. You're not doing anything crazy. You're not getting crazy cards in your deck and combos like Slay the Spire or classic Binding of Isaac style. You get a bunch of passives and maybe an active, and you put all those together to make something really cool. You just have a couple weapons, and you're always using the one weapon or skill at a time. You can't even combo them together really effectively. You have minor combos, like a weapon will deal more damage to a burning target, and then you get weapons that deal burning damage. But that still is pretty... It doesn't feel good. It's pretty lame. It's pretty mild. So primarily, I'm using... I'm shooting a bow, or I'm hitting my sword, or I'm blocked with the shield, which the parrying does feel pretty good, but it's not enough on its own. And I just end up, it's a hard game. Now, something happens, I die, and then I just have to restart and go back through the easy parts of the game in order to get to the hard part that I died on. And even at these easy parts of the game that I've mastered, I'm bored of it, so I can very easily lose focus. And then, because of the punishing nature of the Souls-like nature of the combat, I can just be dead again, and then I have to go back through. And I'm not having fun anymore. I'm like, maybe Dead Souls isn't as good anymore. Maybe it shouldn't have been updated. Because what I'm then finding is part of the problem is that it's gotten too fat. Because it's still trying to be a Souls-like game, and maybe it's either A, too fat, it's trying to be a Souls-like, or what I think is that it should just abandon being a Souls-like and should become, oh my god. And of course, slipping off ledges doesn't help. It should maybe just abandon being a roguelike and just be a more linear, regular game. Because what happens in, Dark Souls, you don't go all the way back to the beginning of the game. If you die, you just continue playing the game. You just come back and like, alright, there you go. And also the Metroidvania style stuff. Oh, we're going to get to that in a second. So yeah, in a Souls game, Cluster Bomb 2 is even really worth it to sell that for money. So in a Souls game, now I have to teleport back. If you die, you come back at the checkpoint, right? The campfire service checkpoints. This game doesn't have that. Just the beginning of the game is where you come back. Take that health. So then you have to grind all the way through again, practice the boss. If you quickly die to a boss or on a level that you haven't practiced before, then you have to grind your way all the way back there, whether it's fun or not, and you don't get any bonuses, nothing interesting is going to happen. The best you can do is just you find a couple stat upgrades, find weapons. The weapon's always going to act the same. There's no really special combos you can do. The best you can do is get minor combos like bonus damage on stun target and something that stuns. That's the extent of the interactions they can get. So you have non-interactive weaponry and skills that don't even scale that impressively or that interestingly, and just some minor stat buffs. Other than that's how you scale, and it's not that interesting. Oh, get out of here! So that's what you're stuck with to come back. I'm not going to get like some weird crazy weapon. I'm like, oh, it's a really rare weapon, really rare interaction. So these early levels that normally bore me have given me something of value. So even if it's the raw gameplay and the setting or the enemies or the environment, whatever, I've seen many times before. Now, because I can find interesting combos, interesting things, interesting weapons, it's not a waste of my time. But when everything's the same every time, it becomes a bit of a waste. Because now I'm like, alright, I have the Swift Sword. Yeah, it's been a little while since I've had the Swift Sword, but I know exactly what to expect from the Swift Sword. Double notch bow even. I just picked it up. Alright, it's a new weapon. What does it really do? Hey, Impaler, I'll take that Impaler. What does it really do for me though? It's a decent bow, but it's not like I can do any crazy combos interactions with it. It just is a ranged option. I know, cats, I'm criticizing a very popular game. I'm going to put all these thoughts out in writing probably. I'll probably do a review of Dead Cells, because, it's technically early access. I can do a review whenever I want, because that's the nature of early access, isn't it? But yeah, I think I just decided maybe Dead Cells lost its way, and it shouldn't be everything it's trying to be. I think it would be better off choosing one. Make a more concise, less obnoxious roguelike experience. So if you're gonna make me do the same boring stuff, at least let interesting things happen, or make that stuff interesting. Give me a way to skip it, give me a way to scale power in a more interesting way, or for my performance to actually impact my power. Or I think better yet, for the direction the game is going, just get rid of it being a roguelike. It doesn't need to be a rogue game. It doesn't need that. I think it would be 1000% healthy and a-okay as a regular linear gameplay experience. Just give me a checkpoint. Yeah, I like having brutality skills. Yeah, just give me a regular linear experience. Respawn me at the beginning of the level if I fail. You can do more classic Western RPG, so these skills I get. No, I'm messing with you, because if I mess, I get a very little reward for a huge punishment. I get like one skill upgrade, a skull power, maybe a good weapon, and my punishment is if I get hit, I'm a goner. But no, thank you. You can do a Western action RPG, like that's fine. You can totally do that. The game has style. The game's not without value. The game has Can I please? Think for 2 seconds. The game has style. It has challenge. I'm not saying it's without value. but maybe it could use a bit of a redesign. Like maybe the philosophy isn't all the way there. Can you stop? Bombs explode very quickly. Alright, it's mad. It's gonna be teleporting, right? It's gonna be teleporting and spiking bombs at me. And then, yeah, the elites, alright, they're all the same. They're very, very fast, do lots of damage and summon friends, but it's not. And they drop these amulets that what does it do? Long dive attacks cause the ground to ignite, and I get negative 10%. That's not interesting enough for me to be compelled. I'm not going to go through and be like, well, I hope I find an elite so I can get some cool combos. The cool combos just aren't there. Ossuary? I mean, the Ossuary is more interesting. I'll go to the Ossuary just for the sake of something more interesting. If I die, well, then we'll just be done. And you could have the stat points work the same, and then you can use that same way they have gold reset mutations. Maybe I can use the gold to reset our stat points. So I'd be like, oh, I'm going brutality right now. I'm not really digging it, and yeah, I'm not really digging it in this playthrough of the game. I'm going to reset it to something else. And then like, oh, I died, I'm back to the beginning of the level, and just a save file, and it's like a normal, more Souls-like than it is roguelike. I think the game would be much better for it. No, at least 2 enemies. Well, let's do at least 2 enemies. The cooldown reduction is really good too. Still have an active ox art. Because now, what, we've been playing for like 10 minutes, 11 minutes? I've been playing pretty fast too, at least relative to what we've done before. And I feel like I'm just waiting to get to a part of the game that interests me, because I've already been through these parts so many times, and they don't... Oh, no. No, are you kidding me? I thought we weren't going to make it, even though I just said it's 11 minutes, so we made it. I thought we were going to be off. Oh. I don't think I've ever seen the door actually count down from being active to being inactive before. Nope, alright, cool. Nope, he's gonna kill me. Please don't kill me, because then if I'm dead, I have to restart again. Alright. I forget what thought I was having. It's gone now. Stylish game, combat's good. It's I don't think there's enough there. Wow, you die real fast. Do we have take bonus damage on from anything? Yep, it's the Impaler. Oh, I should have read that. That's such a separate issue. That's a really dumb modifier. Recover a tiny amount of your HP, but you die almost immediately. Like, what is this? It's horrible. This is terrible. It's a terrible modifier. Y'all walk into that. Yeah, you like that combo, pulled him there. I'm gonna roll away. I'm back at you. Oh, and I have to play real careful. I have to be real slow. I've already fought these enemies a billion times, and I get no reward for killing them harder or killing them better. The only reward is survival. Which is it's kind of dull. The game continues to be difficult. And for being good, my only reward is to maybe get to practice the areas that get more interesting and get harder. And they're only adding more stuff when my complaint is that there's too much already. There's already too much going on. Can I just jump shot this guy to death? I think so. Whoa, he can almost hit me midair. Alright, what's he... Oh, the Metroidvania stuff. Yeah, there's these Metroidvania. Hey, Valmont's Whip I really like. Let's get rid of that take bonus damage, because it's atrocious. It's just terrible modifier. That's a challenge rune. I was just trying to use it. Alright, I was curious. Yeah, sure, I'll go investigate it. Nope. 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 Let me through. Let me through. Trying to get through. Pardon me. Probably gonna be too slow here, just because I'm not familiar with this. You go through shields, Mr. Whip? Because that would be really nice if you went through shields. So you have to kill all the enemies without getting hit. And make it through on time, and your time limit's pretty severe. It's unforgiving. No! Oh, we almost made it. I didn't quite make it to the ledge, as much as I love grabbing onto ledges in this game. Oh, it didn't come down here. Yeah, some Metroidvania stuff. There's this little glimmer of hope that, like, alright, I can get these Metroidvania style upgrades next time I go through. I'll unlock new stuff and be more powerful or get shortcuts or whatever. And then I come to find that that they just unlock like kind of minor stuff, like a new option. I can pick up a skill here, a skill I didn't have access to before, which I might just sell, or a weapon that I didn't have access to before. That again, I'll probably just sell. It's just, if I'm lucky, I get some sort of useful weapon or something. Instead of anything major, instead of anything game changing, instead of like, oh, I finally got the bullhorn or whatever. Didn't vomit a spear at me? Design's great, art's great, it's just the game design, I think, went off the rails. The game feels really good, like, while I'm fighting enemies I haven't fought a billion times, it feels good, and I enjoy it. Landing this whip feels really good. Oh, I just have a bow also. Nope, don't spear me. I think that's my ultimate opinion on Dead Cells, is that it started out really well, and then got too fat to be a roguelike. Like, still a good game, could just become linear. I think it'd be better off as a linear game. That, or they add a lot of oh no. Add the type of upgrades that they've been hesitant to add, and those are the ones that have a lot of passive effects and a lot of interactivity between the items. So I gotta make it linear so that I don't have to replay parts of the game that I'm no longer interested in at all. Or you can keep it roguelike, but you have to because in a roguelike I'm gonna be playing the same area a lot. Probably because I failed, or even if I'm victorious, when we're playing the same areas over and over again. You have to keep that interesting. Like, it shouldn't be a punishment. It's just a thing I have to do to beat the game. But a thing I enjoy doing. Like, Enter the Gungeon, I still love Enter the Gungeon. I can go back, I can play that first level, and still have a blast. I'll probably quickly find a gun. My performance in that first level directly affects my later quality of run. So even if the first floor itself isn't too exciting, if I mess up, then like that damage sticks around. It's not forgiven at the end of the floor, it sticks around. Same with the ammunition, like my consequences persist. Which in here, that just makes the kind of the boredom I feel in the first few levels worse, because I know it doesn't even matter. As long as I survive, whatever, I'll grab a couple power skulls, a weapon, hopefully find a weapon I like, and like that's the extent of what I get out of those early levels. Your shockwave goes across the ground. Alright, that seems weird. I ain't mad, I'm just a little confused. Oh, alright, you were ready. You saw me coming. I guess I've used less of my healing. I don't want this to come across. I know it's gonna come across as like, oh, it's too hard. That's not the case. I like hard games, so I play lots of rogues. But I don't like games that sacrifice being fun just to kind of be annoyingly hard for no reason. Which is the problem I had. Why I stopped playing Darkest Dungeon. At least the version I played. Apparently, it's gotten better since I had stopped playing it. But that even affect? No, it doesn't. Apparently it's gotten better since then, but that's why I abandoned the final level of Darkest Dungeon, because it was crazy obnoxious. Oh, we rolled the wrong way. I'll let you go up there. Get another scroll power. I need HP. Tactics for HP? Where does it get a 50% HP buff? Probably want more damage, though. I'll grab 50% HP buff. It doesn't feel like that much. We're at the end anyway. Should have just taken that damage. Let's whip this guy into shape. And then these upgrades, they're not even that interesting anymore. Like, I ran out of weapons to unlock, and then after it all unlocked, it's like, oh yeah, no, you upgrade them, and then when you get those little upgrades, like the whip plus, the plus upgrades, what does that really do for us? Oh, we have another mutation because I lost the heart, of course. Parry, deployed skill. Actually, damage on deployed skill is not too terrible. These tactics mutations seem particularly good. Could take double ammunition on ranged weapons? Sure, I'll take that. Because we haven't tried it before. Yeah, the upgrade. So the whip doesn't become like crazy. It doesn't like change the function of the whip. It doesn't become like, it doesn't attack twice as fast. Doesn't change the animation. It doesn't become a dual-headed cat of nine tails or anything crazy. It's just like, oh, it does like shoots an arrow now sometimes. It gets a modifier. Man, modifiers are lame though. I don't care. Make me care. Whoop. Okay, you need to back off, sir. I'm really excited. Oh, I'm really into landing these crits on this whip, though. And before he gets the thorns off, roll through there. Landing these 1,000 damage whips on the incomplete ones really satisfying. Ooh, you were a little slow there. That was weird. Wasn't ready for that. Yeah, whip him. Well, okay, you're just like outside range. And he's dead. Yeah, it's fun. I was into that. So it's a fun fight. This combat's good. The combat is good. Even that boss fight feels good, but it's not like a boss rush game because I still have to go through all these lame enemies that I could not care about less. And it might be, I mean, it might be fatigue from just being in early access and having played through that experience early on and just being so familiar with what was early access. But I feel like even if I wasn't early access, I'd still be getting bored of the fact like, oh, there's like 4 more bosses because they're adding new ones. Like there's more bosses and I'm getting to the clock tower and I die. But I can't practice. It's really hard for me to practice the clock tower because I don't have like an hour to get to the clock tower just to play the clock tower. I just want to. It's not for that hour isn't fun. The hour doesn't feel well spent. I don't feel like I'm progressing myself. Especially because these upgrades don't make you more powerful, right? They make the individual weapons you can find a little more powerful, but they're not stacking. I'm not like overall stronger for having just invested those cells in those weapons. Any mutations give me this. Heal up a little bit. And then what's that even say? The Slumbering Sanctuary. A Sanctuary. Slumbering Sanctuary. Level we have not been yet because we don't have the spider rune or whatever. It's not a Metroidvania, so that lets us get to different levels. Oh, I don't care enough to like go through to grind enough to like because this level takes forever. I've already been through it a billion times. Not to grind through it again. Duh. Just to leave so I can get to the next level. It's hopefully more interesting. Like, I'm not enjoying that. It's not pleasant for me. Oh, I can't whip through the floor, despite what the animation might try to tell us there. we're in a decent spot though with this whip. Does he get that crit off? That does so much damage. But I don't need to stick around here against these enemies. all they do is give me a speed buff benefit, which is nice. I mean, want it, but I don't. Hey, that's money. I don't really feel the compulsion to fight them at all. Oh, especially when I get, you know, knocked back like a billion times. But that's just part of the combat. I'm not complaining about the difficulty. This is a different issue, which probably isn't really like most people wouldn't consider it an issue. It's a hard game. Intelligence is so hard but fair. It's how I consider it, which is good. It's just hard but fair, but also you do the same stuff like a billion times in a row because it's trying to be a roguelike, but also at the same time, like not be weirdly linear. There's also not enough variation in this level. These levels are very, very similar. There's obviously, I mean, there's variation, but they're extremely similar. I'm not like, oh, you know, sometimes this rare room spawns, which can give us this effect, or do this, or this rare type of shop spawns, where I can buy this to make me stronger. No, it's just like, oh yeah, no, it's the same, generally the same stuff, which you can't have generally the same, like, in your roguelike. It needs to be, each run needs to feel really unique and feel like its own thing. And honestly, it doesn't, that plays into the gripes I have. Each run does not feel like its own thing. Each run feels like a minorly different variation of just a linear game. If I'm playing a linear game, can I just have a linear game? Do I have to restart from the beginning every single time? It's not, I'm not playing a SNES game. Which this game might be able to get away with that if it had like an SNES style and was like doing that intentionally, which it is not, definitely not. It's not trying to subvert any tropes or anything. Oh, hi, yeah, you should come out of that magnetic grenade, huh? Alright, good enough. This was, yeah, it was like a really warmly received game, and I'm like, I think it actually might not be that good. This is a weird thought to have. At least they changed it where they just went maybe a little overboard on whatever it was they're trying to do with the game. By little, I mean like probably a lot overboard on what they're trying to do with the game. I think they can still salvage it. Just make it a regular linear experience. Maybe make the narrative. Now it's a linear experience. Guess what? You have room for a stronger narrative. Rogues struggle with having a decent narrative. It's fine. Until the Breach did an okay job, but it's a very intentionally very simple narrative. Same with like Isaac's very visual narrative. Outcast, get out of here. We make it into a linear game. It's an interesting world. Like you have room for more of a narrative now if you make it a linear experience. Don't shoot me. If you can't hit them with the tip, it's kind of rough. Ow, these guys are real obnoxious. Why are they so fast? Good. They're not fun enemies to fight. It's my problem with those guys. Stop. Stop it. Why are they so tough? Oh, guys, a little curse chest that we just covered. I don't really want. Because it's a minor benefit, minor, barely stacking benefit. non-interactive bit. It's really non-stacking because obviously the damage bonuses from the stat upgrades do stack. But it's not interactive. I'm not gonna be anything crazy in there. It's like, oh, this with this item, it's gonna do this crazy effect, which combos with these effects. So that's a lot of fun. It's like the most fun part of a roguelike is just getting synergies working. There's basically no synergies. I'm not gonna count minor damage on burning targets plus burning plus fire weapon equals a synergy. Use the village key. Yeah, can we just like run through here? Ooh, get out! Yeah, grab that. Don't get blown up. It's important. Is there anything in this shop I want? Probably not, honestly. Because again, the shops, like, alright, if I'm really lucky, they have an upgraded version of the weapon I have now. Except that it operates exactly the same, except gives me a little bit more damage is the ideal situation, which is not, I don't look forward to that. I'm not excited by that. Oh, jeez. That was a mess. Did I miss the key? I did not. Scroll power down here somewhere. Oh, you didn't. Alright, you didn't get the crit. Still suffering a lot from that internal cooldown on the roll, which is necessary, so I'm not complaining about it, but I did. Sometimes it feels a little long. Where is the key? I already got that key, didn't I? No, I didn't. I missed one right by that key door. Alright, go back, get the key, we can leave. Ow. Why you didn't catch it before I killed him? Oh, we're out of healing too. Oh, good. Awesome. Yeah, there's a key door right there. Gotcha, nerds. Grab that. Can we just pick that up through the wall? Probably. Alright, let me escape. I'm down for escaping. I think I just walk over there. Oh, where's the exit right up here? Teleport over here. Unlocked. Go down, go down, let me go down. To the Sepulcher. I haven't been to the Sepulcher for a while. It's not even one of the new areas. I'm just trying to progress the game. I'm trying to move the needle forward. Alright, stacking, recovery, and stock. I don't... yeah. Probably don't need the bonus HP or bonus ammunition on our bow. Yeah, kind of slow weapons. This might be terrible. Isn't the Sepulcher there with the carriers? Oh no, it's the area with the darkness. Yeah, we got it. Alright, see you later, magnetic grenade. Nice knowing you. Thank you, lady. I don't stay away from the darkness. You guys stab for about 1,000,000 damage, so I really don't get stabbed by you. Alright, well, how much do we miss this by? About 90 seconds. Yeah, we probably need more tactics to really work out for us. Oh, I didn't mean to use that. Well, it's out there now. You don't want to use the lantern because it has a really high cooldown. I'm glad you can shoot through walls. Let's go grab the lantern again. Continue on our way. I like I've been through the sepulcher a lot. It's not even like a particularly early level. How are you not dead yet? Alright, it's a quickfire turret 5. Yeah, that's probably good. Oh, guess I'm not selling that. Alright, see ya. So as we can get more tactics next time we get a chance for our bow and our turret. Hey, there we go. Also gives us more of an HP bonus. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, am I gonna start taking damage? Probably. Let's grab more tactics here. Like right now I'm just thinking about like, yeah, just get to the exit. Can't you just give me the exit? Like there's nothing, there's no point. It's just a skill check if I get through here. And it's not even really a skill check because I can't. It's very binary. Either I succeed or I fail. It doesn't matter how much I fail by or how much I succeed by. It's just over, and I get bored and I lose focus and I die because I sometimes can't interrupt animations. I'm just bored. You just get bored of doing the same thing over. It's not back at the beginning. Just play back at the beginning of the level. Be like, all right, I learned. I can take a break. I'll come back to it later. It is okay that I died, and I'm like, well, now in order to get to the part I need to practice, the interesting part where I need to practice, I have to get through the earlier parts that I'm bored of. But the game is still, the combat is punishing. Because the combat is punishing, when I get bored and lose focus, I die, and the punishment for death is to be bored more. So it's a cycle of boredom and dullness, and I can't be bothered. And I'm like, okay, because regardless of how well I did up till then, it wasn't really going to change what happened. The combat's punishing enough. You don't really get many exciting interactions or anything, or any armors, any passes. It's just, alright, well, you let your guard down, so you got caught and you're dead. Good luck, start again. Like, I don't want to start again. It's not interesting enough to start again. So, you know, I'm thinking Dead Cells, is it not a good game? It might not be a good game. I don't know. Regardless, I'm done with it, because it's a lot of time for me to spend not being entertained. I do like the combat. I think it's stylish. The combat's okay, but it doesn't feel roguish, and I would be more satisfied if I could just be at the part of the game I want to play. If I could just be at that part of the game, I'd be much more satisfied. But I'm not. I have to grind through parts of the game I'm bored of, and because I'm bored of them and it's difficult, I just die and I have to go through it again. I don't like it. I think they made a mistake. It seems like they really want to make it a very long, epic experience with lots of boss fights and different levels, and they really want the artists to go wild, which is cool and great, but I don't think it fits in a rogue genre. It shouldn't be a roguelike. Take out the Metroidvania stuff too. That just goes with rogue stuff, and it's pointless anyway. You just either it gives you an alternate path, who cares, or you get, I can find Incendiary Grenade 3 instead of Incendiary Grenade 2. Again, who cares? This is garbage. Get rid of those. Make it a linear Western RPG. Souls-like 2D combat, it'd be fine. I think that's the way Dead Cells should be, and that's what I've landed on after analyzing my frustrations with Dead Cells. Feel free to disagree, of course. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people that think this is fine, thinks the game works well as a rogue. We're allowed to think different thoughts. That's the beauty of the human mind. Teach their own beauties of the mind, be older and all that. But anyway, I think we're going to be done with Dead Cells. Thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe for more fun Twitch. I'll see you guys next time. And your obscure compliment is, you'd be a really nice bubbly vat in the background. Wasn't this like an empty, there's bubbles, and it's like an empty cylinder of fluid? Is it a pipe? Might be a pipe. Anyway, I'll see you later.